deal with. If I may summarize, I think there is a universal consensus here that the use of computer technology to drive down transactions costs is of essence in building scalable systems in Indian finance today, and the new pension system is a great example of that. That at 1.2 million civil servants in the NPS, the price structure of the NPS is already world beating. It is one of the cheapest charges in the world, either when you see the tariff charged by the fund manager or by the record keeping agency. So that's a very interesting story and an important story. Now, looking into the future, there are two alternative ways of thinking about it. One is to go down the insurance style push, where you start paying higher and higher fees to distributors and you try to gain number of accounts through that. And there is a concern, there are many concerns there. The two main concerns are that when there is a sales push, there is a greater likelihood of mis-selling. And the second is that the very act of paying charges for the distribution channel actually undermines the economic viability of the product. So, in a way, we are already doing mutual funds and insurance products in a certain way, and there are serious problems in that. As Mr. Bhave said in a public meeting, maybe there is a problem with the product that is being sold, and that is why many households in India are choosing to walk away. Sai Srinivasan and Ravi Narayan both pointed to some discordant notes. Sometimes it seems that maybe too much pushing is not such a good idea. Sometimes there should be latent demand. I think the nice example brought out was that if there is a demand for 100 Mercedes-Benzes in Aurangabad, then they are capable of phoning the company and getting a distribution outlet right there. So, maybe if there is a gap in participation, maybe there is some economic reason and maybe there is a logic for that gap. And Ravi Narayan emphasized that the world over, it is mandatory pension systems, not voluntary pension systems. It is mandatory pension systems which have grown to really large assets and have made a huge difference to the economy. And so it is important for us to ask what will happen to EPFO, because EPFO is the largest mandatory pension system in India and is the alternative to NPS. So in a EPFO NPS world where the structure of NPS is on track, though the investment strategy is not. There is just way too little equity in the NPS asset allocation. In the case of the EPFO, the very basic reforms which have been talked about for a long time have not been done. So how can we make the EPFO behave a little better? How can we reform the EPFO becomes a very important question. So this is just a sense of the zeitgeist, and perhaps you could choose to dive in at this point and give us some of your ideas.
With Ajay Shah being here, who is the architect of the whole policy, as it stands, I was expecting this. I think my views are pretty well known, and I think that's why this question is being being thrown open to me for my views. See, you are very right that the product must be cheap, but question is how cheap. Are you going to beat market economics? If you, I don't know how many of you have read, about 2 months back there was a centerpiece article in the Economic Times. The headline, SEBI versus, I mean we can talk in the closed room. It says SEBI versus market economics, who will win? Now I don't